We're always told to watch our cholesterol, manage our blood pressure, stay away from smoking. All good advice, for sure. But what if the biggest driver of heart disease, the number one killer on the planet, is something that sneaks up on us totally undetected for years or even decades? Today, we're going to dig into a hidden link that might just change everything we think we know about keeping our hearts healthy.
I mean, it's no secret that for a long, long time, cardiovascular disease has been the leading cause of death worldwide. It's a huge public health challenge. But, to really get a handle on it, we have to go deeper and understand what's really causing it at its root. And that leads us to the big question, right? We're so focused on risk factors we can see, like smoking or a bad cholesterol number on a lab report. But what if there's a more fundamental, a more silent condition that's really setting the stage for heart disease in millions and millions of people, often way before they're ever diagnosed with anything?
So, before we pull back the curtain on this hidden driver, let's start with what's already solid, what's well established in the medical world. This isn't about guesswork, it's about connecting the dots that are already there.
And believe me, the dots don't get much clearer than this. The official 2023 guidelines from the European Society of Cardiology say it loud and clear. If you have diabetes, you are at high risk for cardiovascular disease. This isn't some fringe theory. This is the official, accepted starting point for our whole conversation.
Okay, but that begs the question, what causes type 2 diabetes in the first place? Well, let's peel back one more layer. The answer, and really, the main character of our story today, is a condition called insulin resistance. And here's the kicker. It often shows up years, sometimes decades, before anyone gets a diabetes diagnosis.
So what exactly is it? Well, think of it like this. Insulin is the key that's supposed to unlock your cells to let in glucose, your body's main fuel. But with insulin resistance, it's like the locks on your cells get all rusty and jammed. The key doesn't work so well anymore. So glucose starts to pile up in your bloodstream, and your pancreas has to work overtime, pumping out more and more insulin just to try and force those doors open. Now, let's see what this actually looks like inside a heart cell. Over here on the left, you've got a happy, healthy cell, just doing its thing. But on the right, well, that insulin-resistant cell is in serious trouble. It's struggling to get the glucose it needs for energy, and at the same time, it's getting flooded with fats, a condition that's literally toxic, called lipotoxicity. It's lost its ability to switch between burning sugar and fat. In short, the cell's power plant is failing, and it is under an incredible amount of stress. And that stress, it doesn't just stay inside the cell. Oh no. It kicks off a massive domino effect, a chain reaction that puts your entire cardiovascular system in danger. Let's look at the very first domino to fall. First up, it completely wrecks your cholesterol profile, creating this dangerous pattern called the lipid triad. So what does that mean? Well, your triglycerides, that's a type of fat in your blood, they shoot way up. Your good, protective HDL cholesterol takes a nosedive. And maybe worst of all, your LDL particles change. They become small, dense, and sticky, which makes them way better at getting into your artery walls and starting to build up that nasty plaque. It is the absolute perfect storm for clogged arteries. Next, it launches a direct assault on your blood vessels. See, healthy blood vessels are supposed to be soft and flexible. They expand and relax because of a crucial molecule called nitric oxide. But insulin resistance messes with your body's ability to produce that nitric oxide, and the result? Your blood vessels get stiff, angry, and inflamed. They become dysfunctional, which is the perfect breeding ground for atherosclerosis. And this is where it gets really nasty. You get trapped in this vicious cycle. The damage from all that extra sugar in your blood, that's glucotoxicity, and the damage from those toxic fats, lipotoxicity, plus all the chronic inflammation, they all make insulin resistance even worse. And of course, the worse the insulin resistance gets, the more it fuels all of those problems. Each one feeds the next, sending your cardiovascular health into a downward spiral. Okay, get ready for this because we've arrived at what might be the most shocking piece of this entire puzzle. We're about to challenge one of the most common medical diagnoses in the world. Think about this for a second. 9 out of 10 people who are diagnosed with high blood pressure are told they have something called essential hypertension. You know what essential is basically medical code for? We have no idea what's causing it. For decades, it's been treated as this big mystery. But what if it's not a mystery at all? This is such a powerful statement from Serafino Fazio. He's proposing a radical change. He's arguing that what we've been calling essential or causeless hypertension isn't causeless at all. For the vast majority of people, it's a direct symptom of insulin resistance. He's saying, let's stop beating around the bush and call it what it really is. And listen, this isn't just a hunch. The mechanisms are clearly laid out in the science. When you have constantly high levels of insulin, it launches a multi-pronged attack on your body to drive up blood pressure. It physically squeezes your blood vessels. It tells your kidneys to hold on to more salt and water. It kicks your nervous system into a fight-or-flight mode. It makes your arteries stiffer. It even directly triggers hormonal systems like RAS that are designed to control blood pressure. Every single one of these is a direct path to hypertension.
So let's step back for a second and look at the whole picture. You take the messed up cholesterol, the damaged blood vessels, and this direct mechanical link to high blood pressure. You put it all together and wow, the picture becomes incredibly clear. And what it all means? Well, it's enormous.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? First, insulin resistance is not just some warning sign for diabetes. It is a central, direct cause of heart disease all by itself. Second, it's a master villain. It attacks your cardiovascular system from every possible angle, your lipids, your blood vessels, and your blood pressure. And third, and this is maybe the most important part, truly getting this link should fundamentally change how we approach preventing and even treating heart disease. And that leaves us with this final, critical question. If we accept that this silent, metabolic problem is a real root cause of our number one killer, then we can't just keep focusing on the symptoms, throwing a pill at high cholesterol or a pill at high blood pressure. We have to ask ourselves, how should we, as individuals and as a whole society, change our approach to actually fix the cause? What would a real prevention strategy even look like? And that's the thought I want to leave you with today.